Episode 57 of the Hustle Season. Hey, hola to everyone, and thank you for listening.
Hola to everyone.
Make sure, again, follow us on the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams at the Hustle Season. You can find us everywhere, all over the internet. Apple Podcasts, the Spotify, Spreaker, YouTube. Sorry. Do we want to get into it?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Ryan Adams, he is like the indie pop, darling since like 01, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what year, but there was some huge album. I think Ashes and Fire. My girl, I think she told me that's what the record is, and that's like one of his biggest. It's I'm not sure.
I love that we don't know none of them.
I don't know.
We
anything.
I don't know
Actually,
anything. Full disclosure, we don't know nothing about Ryan Adams' music.
All you said so far is like, I don't know much about dude, but I'm about to talk some shit.
I know that
shit.
I know that he could. I know that for a long time he could do no wrong while he was doing like plenty wrong. I know that he was like super addicted to drugs while he was still like putting out amazing albums that were always critically acclaimed all the time. That's all I knew.
I know that I
him that way,
listened.
too.
I
And
know
then
that I
he-
listened to some Ryan Adams shit, and I have no recollection of what it sounded like to this day.
Me too, man. I can't even name you one.
And it was fucking vanilla as fuck.
He's
and,
definitely one of those artists that like I really had no idea. Like people would be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, such and such, our homie is playing with Ryan Adams." I'm like, "Oh, okay, is that cool? Is that a jazz
people would
band?"
flip out about Ryan Adams.
And they were like, "It's huge."
I
I was like, "Oh
yeah,
shit, I had
I don't
no idea."
understand what everybody thought he was.
I don't know.
Never understood, and it was really annoying. And all I'd
Yeah.
see is like him being a jerk because some old people thought he was the guy that did the Robin Hood song or something like that.
Well, like a mutual friend started playing with him later, and then I was like, so I got a little bit more interested in his music, like more recently. And then the last album that he came out with, there was actually a song on it that I liked, and then my girl is a fan of his, so we went to go see him. And that show was that he did 2 shows in Richmond at the National, and they were. I saw the first one, and I suppose I should have seen the second. That everyone said was better, whatever. But the first one was like, he shut down all the alcohol before we started playing. Number one, so already like off rip, I was tight. I was not happy. So because everybody's like fucking rushing upstairs because they were like there was gonna be one bar open, I think, for a limited time, and then they're closing that down. So everybody's rushing to the shit to get more alcohol.
Why? So the show isn't drunk? Why?
I think because
Wait,
he's
that
he
something
was a
he
former
does?
he's a
hold
former
up.
alcoholic.
So as soon as
he's
the
alcoholic.
show starts, it's dry.
It's not dry for the opener, and then when his show starts,
What?
no alcohol.
And is it
Wow.
that, or does it have anything to do with him not wanting people to be leaving where he is?
I think it's that. I think it's
Like,
that. I think also
pay
he has
attention to him the whole time.
I think it's his abuse issues. He has like supposedly some kind of illness or whatever from.
What's his illness?
He has a I know that
Jackass.
I'm
All I know is illness.
I'm gonna
hard
look
from it.
that up what he has because he has
Yeah.
some kind of thing where I think he's sensitive to lights and shit because like the lighting and the sound was all different. It all sounded like weird. Like the vibe, the way that the music sounded, it sounded like it had a blanket over it. Like it just was very muffled to me in that for his sound that night. I wasn't.
What does that have to do with him, though?
I'm saying that he has like some kind of sensitivity or something that he's
Oh,
it's
weird.
like that he has everything set up in a certain kind of way. His whole show is set up in a whole way.
he's-
He's very particular
It's called
about shit.
He's difficult.
difficult,
He has
very
He
difficult.
has a sensitivity that makes the show worse for
He
everybody
didn't-
else but him.
But him.
He didn't
Yeah.
say he didn't say shit about being in Richmond. Like he just like played the joints, like just played the songs. It was just like it was just blah. It wasn't a great show to me, but like, whatever. That's just my personal opinion. Anyways, there was a huge article that came out in the New York Times that allegedly Ryan Adams has had a relationship through text and FaceTime and all that stuff with a girl that started 14 years old. That's what they said in that article, and that lasted for like 4 years at least.
What?
It lasted for like a long time. Over like 30, almost 3,200 text messages, emails.
How many dick pics?
How
many did he send?
Can't remember if there was any dick pics, but he definitely FaceTimed her once where he was naked. He was naked.
Did she take screen caps of it?
Yes, I mean, yeah. There's like evidence of everything.
So there is evidence.
There's evidence
now.
of everything. Evidence of everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, greasy. And then,
Nasty mubba bubba.
and then I think that the weird thing was that the article was, it could have been, it was really long, and it mixed in the way that he deals with relationships with women, as well. Like it had the fact that he is very manipulative about, I'm gonna give you. I'll let you tour with me if you do this for me sexually, whatever, blah blah blah. And it's the same thing with producing women, and
Some Boy Tinsley type stuff.
yeah, except for it's with women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference.
Just not dudes.
It's not dudes.
Not dudes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, same.
It's not Boyd Tinsley.
Also, Boyd
tennis.
Tinsley on the outside seemed like he was just a pleasant guy. As far as if you saw him on stage playing with Dave Matthews Band,
This is a pleasant
like,
guy.
Ryan Adams, I see him in concerts and he just looks like burdened with.
He looks
everything.
miserable. He looks miserable. Like
Like,
pretty
he's
much.
just like, come on, man.
He
Boy didn't shut down the bar, so
he was shut
He's
down the
all
bar.
right.
Yeah, he was fine.
All right.
He married Mandy Moore, and then they divorced, and she never really talked about the relationship before, like what happened until now, like just that she's kind of got, like, I mean, whatever, she's on the bandwagon, if you will, but she's hopped on, and in that way, I think it's kind of weird how she's doing that. I'm not gonna
Mandy
lie,
Moore?
Mandy Moore. I'm not saying that she's not.
That's
valid.
a weird one because
I think
she's
they asked her
more-
about it though. I think she got asked about it because she said he was abusive, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
something.
it may be like, and I've talked about this with my girl as well. So just like trying to get perspective, because I'm just like, she wasn't talking about it before, because they've been divorced for like 3 years. So like
this is the moment though.
this is now all of a sudden it's coming out. But
Do you think she knew?
Oh no.
See, I bet she didn't know, man.
I don't know if she knew, but there's been other relationships where it's just a lot of manipulation, no physical abuse, but a lot of emotional abuse and things like that. But I felt like that those should have been like almost two separate articles.
It's like showing a pattern.
They're building.
Yeah.
But there's
Sure,
only one
character.
Yeah, okay. But there's only one girl. There's only one young girl.
Well, then other people started speaking up though.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing. Like
Yeah.
seeing.
I mean, there's the public opinion thing, but just straight up, has he broken laws yet that they're gonna charge him?
Young female musicians said she told her to meet in the hotel room to like work on some songs or whatever, and like she goes up there and he was naked.
Yeah, that's not
Like
that's
that, like
not-
doing that kind of shit.
From here on out,
Yeah.
girls don't ever. If a guy that actually wants to work with you on something will never ask you to meet him in a hotel to work on legitimate work. That will never, ever, ever happen. That it's always they're trying to fuck you. I swear to God, you never,
always.
you don't work
Always.
on
It needs to
line.
be-
You don't read through a script in a fucking hotel
Well,
room.
let's- okay.
You do it at an office.
Yes.
And even then, they're still trying to fuck you, probably.
Well, let's just be honest. Like
and
the
like,
Beverly Hills
they
Hotel.
might not, but they want to.
The Beverly Hills Hotel.
Okay.
There's places like in LA that people go to like all the time and hang out.
They
Like
have
people
studios
actually-
in them for real.
They have studios in
Yeah.
them. Like the conference room even, like, or somewhere else. Like just not your actual personal hotel room. Who you going to get? Yeah, how you going to get work done there? I don't unless like you got the studio in there.
Yeah.
Which they have that now. The rappers nowadays.
Yeah, but
the
no,
studios
we're
and
talking about. I'm
and the
talking about
hotels.
movie parts or just coming to here. Like, no, man, it's
Yeah.
not.
Let's
Nobody does any work in fucking hotels unless the work they're doing is a porn shoot.
and it's not. It's usually there's more than two people there.
Yeah,
There should be like another engineer there,
Yes.
or like some other
Yeah.
manager or whatever, not manager, like, but somebody else musically that's involved in whatever work that you're dealing
And stop
with.
going by yourself.
Don't go by yourself. Bring a
Stop going
friend.
by yourself
Yeah.
places.
Bring
Bring
a friend.
friend. Just they
Bring
don't
a
have to be a
friend.
musician.
Not trying to victim blame here.
I'm
but-
not
No, not
victim
either,
blaming.
but,
I'm,
like,
we're just trying to
no.
help.
What I'm
We're
saying
trying
right
to
now
say
is
that, like-
from here out.
Yeah, from here on out.
Listen to what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like just trying to give out some advice. Like that shit's it's sketchy. Don't do that shit.
And we hate that shit because
Yeah.
it makes it, all of us think there's amazing, women musicians that we like and like want to do music with, and it makes it all fucked up.
Makes all
Yeah.
Like how
Yeah.
you like approaching people, and then seeming being predatory,
Yeah.
to like a young artist.
I
That's
don't-
fucking.
I
whack,
don't
man.
want the
Yeah.
fact that that if I'm trying to make a record with a female artist, I don't like that I have to prove to her first that I don't
That
want to
I'm
have
a
sex
murderer.
with her.
Yeah, or just
It's like
horrible.
I'm not doing this to fuck you. Like I actually want to make. I want to work with you.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Like I want to record your band, your album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because
now
you're a
everything.
musician and I'm an engineer and that's how it works. Like this is nothing.
It's a
but,
mutual
like,
respect. It's about respect.
But it sucks that is even a thing that I have to
it's
keep in
horrible.
the back of my head.
Yeah, you got to
that
think about
they
it.
may think that I'm,
I 100%
Well,
understand what you're saying.
it definitely like in these situations, like talk to somebody about it before you go, because I don't know, listen to your friends if they think it sounds fishy, maybe it is fishy, maybe it's not anything at all, but it's not just that this type of shit happens in like just a hotel room,
Yeah.
because there's plenty of, and we've already discussed it on the show. There's plenty of times some dude will invite you to the studio, and it has nothing to do with studio work, which sucks because it makes people who are actually trying to do work and makes all of us look bad.
Yeah.
And and if this some shit like this happens, like call him out. Fuck it. Even at the
Fuck
beginning,
it. Hell yeah.
call him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like you will get work done a different way besides protecting him on the sake of like maybe your career or something like that. And with this situation, given a lot of these women who are coming forward right now about Ryan Adams and stuff like that, they all have successful careers now.
And they were all dope. They were all dope in spite of him.
And he made.
I guess all of us are like sorry. We're like sorry to women, period, about this shit.